Okay. I was about to say, okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. Oh my God, where's the tea? Okay. All right, you guys. So, I got a guest coming on. She is a licensed relationship sex therapist. And I know that a lot of people be having questions because y'all had a lot of questions for me. And it's my friend's mother. And so she's going to come on and she's going to tell you ladies and you guys how to make your relationship sex lives better, okay? Because sometimes we might think that we are doing things good and you're probably not. Or you just may have questions. So all those questions y'all sent me in my thing, then that's what we're going to talk about. So if you're kids or whatever, you can get out. If you thought somebody would come in here and be funny, you can get out. But this is what if I'm not in a relationship? Well, honey, you're going to get in a relationship one day. We're not answering questions. Okay, so where's my friend's mother? So I could talk to her right quick and we get this thing going. So I don't want to take up her whole time. Let me see if I can find her name. I gotta wait for her to get in here. Let me see. I gotta look in the. Let me look in the guest queue. Ashley, I don't see her, so if you could tell her to drop that emoji I told her to put. I wish, what if my mom was a relationship sex therapist? Oh my God, that'd be so amazing. Mama, I got some questions for you. Ashley, because they're in LA, so I told her 7 my time, it's 5 their time. And no, I didn't do Messy Monday because it wasn't even a lot of shit. Only thing that was going on during Messy Monday was just the Lil Baby and Jada thing, and then what else? Lil Baby and Jada, Chris Styles, and that was really the only 2 big things. Everybody really chilled. Let me see if I can find her. Oh, there she is. Puriana. Okay, I'm so excited because it's stuff I want to know too. Hey, girl.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, so you got to tell everybody your name and what you do and how long you've been doing it or whatever you want to say.
Okay. So my name is Dr. Jashana Johnson. I am a licensed clinical psychologist in the state of California, and I specialize in couples intimacy sex. And so yes, I do sex therapy. I have a private practice in the Inland Empire in Southern California.
Mhm.
And I work with individuals and couples on sexual functioning and sexual dysfunctioning, as well as relationship stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, so I always like to talk about grown up stuff, girl. I don't hold my tongue. I like to get down and dirty, girl. So I had
Literally.
some of my supporters send me questions to ask you, and they
Okay.
want to see if you can help them to help their relationship to get better before they have to say, "Look, I'm gonna walk out this door because it ain't cutting it."
Okay.
Okay, so the first question somebody asked me, what does she need to do, or what does he need to do if he ejaculates too fast?
Okay. Good question. That's a good question. So first of all, I always say that it's important to make sure you have a checkup, a health checkup first, right? So make sure you have a health checkup. The other thing is making sure that you're eating right and you're exercising and things like that.
Hmm.
But when we have men who are ejaculating too fast, the question is always, what's too fast. Too fast for who? Because men can really ejaculate anywhere between 1 and 3 minutes when there's thrusting going on, right? The other thing
Mm-hmm.
is, a lot of men learn about themselves through masturbation. And so when you're learning about, when you're masturbating, a lot of times there's so much shame that is attached to that they're doing it in secret, and they're doing it and they're doing it fast. And so if you think about when guys begin to learn how to masturbate, they're very young, and by the time they begin to start having sex, they've had years of practice of doing it in secret and doing it fast. And so they've trained their mind and their body to go fast. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's part of the problem with ejaculating fast. So you want to learn how to slow things down. If I can say anything before I could talk about, like, before we even talk about like positions, because I don't tell people what to do and what kind of positions to do, but I
Mm-hmm.
will say techniques, if you just slow things down, that's going to be helpful in itself.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so let's say the guy has trained himself to, to ejaculate fast. How can he prevent, because it's been years and years of doing that now.
Yes,
So
yes.
now how does he fix that?
Yeah. So it's about retraining your body and your mind. So you want to learn how to relax, because a lot of times there's anxiety that is associated with that. So you want to learn how to relax,
Mm-hmm.
kind of get out your mind. And there's a technique that calls stop and start, where you get to where it's almost inevitable that you're going to ejaculate or come. Then you want to stop and just kind of slow yourself down, but you still want to engage in. I don't like to teach people to kind of disengage from stimulation, but you want to slow things down. That's the key. You really have to slow things down and relax into the touch.
Mm. What if you can't, friend?
Yes, you can. Listen, here's the thing. We don't come here learning how to have sex and
Mm-hmm.
learning how to masturbate. We actually learn that. So if you learn it, you can unlearn it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
True.
It's just going to take some time. You got to just relax into
Right.
it.
So the next one was, okay. She said, should a partner be offended if he or she feels like stopping before the other person finishes?
Oh, good. That's a good question. That's a that's a good question, because the idea of engaging and having a sexual encounter is so that both partners, or all partners, are getting what they need out of it. So, yeah, I would be offended if somebody
Mhm.
decided we're done and I don't get mine. No, we're gonna do this till I get mine. So, so I
Yeah.
think it's important. The first thing is to really just um have a conversation.
Mhm.
There's a huge pleasure gap. So let me tell you, we have 1 in 4 women having orgasms, compared to 3 and 4 men who are having orgasms. That's a
Mhm.
huge pleasure gap, and part of that has to do with, we're not talking about sex, we're not talking about what pleases them, and we're not having the kind of sex that we want to have, right?
Mhm.
So yes, you need to talk to your partner about you're not satisfied with the kind of sex that we're
That you're
having.
having,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, so this one's kind of like, okay, girl. So there's a lady. She said she wants to try something new, which is, I guess, writing,
Okay.
and she doesn't know how. So she said, how can she do that and make it comfortable for her? I guess that position's not comfortable.
Okay. So let me say this. There's things that happens to our bodies that most of us aren't really aware of what happens to our bodies. So the vaginal canal is about 3 to 4 inches,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so if it's sufficient, if you have a vagina, those of us who have vaginas, we have a canal that's about 3 to 4 inches in depth. And so if you have a vagina and you are sufficiently stimulated, what happens is the vaginal walls tent up,
Mm-hmm.
and the uterus kind of and the cervix kind of moves out of the way so that you can receive a toy, penetration by a toy or a penis, right?
Mm.
But sometimes we move too fast. I like to say a lot of times men are more like microwaves and women are more like crock pots. And so the thing is that we have to give ourselves time. So she has to be sufficiently stimulated and making sure that she's lubricated and she's giving her body a time to adjust to receive penetration. The other thing is you learn how to ride by practicing. It's like riding a bike, like riding a horse. You ride your man. It's like it's like riding a bike. You have to practice. You have to have fun with it. Sex is sloppy, sex is fun, sex is nasty, sex is messy, sex is wet. You know, that's what they talk about right now. So all of that, you just have to learn how to do it with your partner and be patient. The thing is that if you have some if you have like shame about learning things like that, you're not gonna do it, right? You're not gonna say, hey, I want to try something new and be
Mm-hmm.
willing to make mistakes or laugh about it and things like that. So she has to be able to be comfortable in her own skin and get on it and ride.
Right. So that goes to this other question from a guy, and I be trying to tell guys this sometimes, like when you say she has to be lubricated or whatever. Some guys be trying to blame the girl and be like, man, she was dry or whatever the case may be, and that's what he said. Why do I guess this lady did it to him? Why do girls or women fake orgasms, and why do they not be wet? And sometimes I try to tell guys, if she's not turned on physically and emotionally and with that, she can't most of the time. But it might be something going on with her, but sometimes it's usually if she's not turned on, it's not her fault, it's you.
I'm about to make you honorary sex therapist.
No, go ahead, man, tell him, Frank, because he want to know why do women fake it and why don't they get loop like wet or whatever.
So in my experience, women tend to fake orgasms because they're not sure that their partner is how they're going to feel because a lot of times our partners identity and who they are and in their ability to please us is wrapped up in our ability to have an orgasm. And so if I'm not being pleased, but my partner's ability to please me is wrapped up in their identity, then I'm going to fake it because I don't have enough courage to tell them like what you're doing is not making me come, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I tell women all the time, listen, and so by the way, men fake orgasms too.
They do?
They do.
How?
They do. they easily. Well, one, I'll say this. We are so disconnected when we're having sex. You don't know who's faking and who's not. But when we are actually in tune with our partners and we're really connected, it's hard to fake that and not know that your partner is faking. So women will fake orgasms just to keep from having the conversation of not being pleased. Okay. Now you said something really important, Zoe, and I think I'm a talk about that. There are thresholds. It's called the quantum model. There's thresholds in which we have to reach. Okay. And the first threshold is our arousal threshold, like you were saying. And then the second threshold is up here, which is our orgasmic threshold. And three things have to happen for you to meet those thresholds. The first one is our thoughts. What are we thinking about what we're doing and who we're doing it with? What are we feeling about what we're doing and who we're doing it with? And then sufficient stimulation. A lot of times you can start off hot and heavy and the body will begin to respond and she begins to lubricate, things like that. And then what happens is then you lose contact. You don't really pay attention to how they're touching you, or maybe they're touching you in a way that you don't like and you've told them not to touch you in that kind of way. It's irritating. They don't feel like they're in tune with you. And so that you lose contact, you lose physical contact, you lose emotional contact, and that has a direct impact on the body. The body says, oh, I guess that that encounter is over. So you begin to kind of dry up, right? You know, couples start off kissing really heavy when they're starting dating, and then as they get towards, you know, longevity in their relationships, they will stop kissing and touching and things like that. And then that's, so you're not using all of the senses. We don't look good, smell good, taste good, none of that. And so so the body's like, I guess we're not having sex, you know. And you
Right.
can be right in the middle of it, and the body will just kind of start to shut down. You're absolutely right. If they're not sufficiently turned on, the body will say, okay, this is over.
So you would suggest people, like, so when that happens, instead of faking, do you suggest people talk about it? Because if you don't talk about it, then how are you going to fix that issue?
Absolutely. Listen, if I'm sharing my body with you, I should be able to share my thoughts, feelings, and my mind with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I'm not getting the pleasure during our intimacy, our physical intimacy, I need to talk about what I need to happen for me to be pleased. Yes, you absolutely should be sharing what's going on for you. It's a
Mm-hmm.
must.
Yeah, I think people just be afraid. Child, I'm gonna tell you, like, look, you did this wrong. We need to work on this. This is just not
But
happening.
wait. It's all in how you say it.
Right. I guess I'm just so open. Like, I'm just like, look, or during while like whatever's going on, I'd be like, hey, do this more. You can cut this out. Like,
Yeah, like if you say like I really like more of that, then your partner is more willing to do that. Let me tell you something. It's not many partners that's going around that doesn't want to please their partner. So if
mm-hmm.
we're talking about it, then you're giving them tips. The worst thing you can do is fake. You're doing all
Mm-hmm.
that and they ain't doing nothing, right?
Yeah,
You're teaching your partner to keep doing the
to
stuff
stay
that's
wrong.
irritating you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
important to talk. It's an absolute must.
Okay, so the next one was she said her guy he's skinny. His penis is skinny.
Oh,
But
okay.
she said she loves him, but the penis is skinny and she can't really feel it. What can she try to do with him to make her feel it?
Well, girth is what that is.
Mm.
And so, um,
I didn't want to see the people laugh and so like this. I like people joining with us. So, what do you think she could? Mm.
okay. So there there are in toys and enhancement things that you can utilize to help with girth.
Mhm.
But not, I mean, yeah. I would say focus on other things too. Um, focus focus on other things as well. And let's be clear. Penises come in all shapes, sizes, and colors,
Yeah,
and they're all going to be different. It's really about how you work with your tools. Right?
yeah.
It's really about how you work with your tools, and you can use enhancement uh uh toys and things like that, because I don't think that it's necessary to have to leave someone because you really love them, but that you can work around it. I say all the time, a penis does not make love. Your partner makes love to you.
Yeah,
And
and
so
that's what I was
that's
going to ask you. Do you think that kind of like insults your boyfriend if you be like, "Hey, you want to use a toy," or do you think that will bring excitement? Because some guys might be like, "Oh, so what you trying to say? You want a toy because I'm not good enough?" Like, you
right.
know,
Right. And you know, and when I work with couples, I tell couples all the time that you're gonna have to learn how to hold on to yourself. Like everything isn't personal, right? But if I take what I'm doing to my with my partner as not fulfilling, then we need to have a conversation about how it can be fulfilling without me taking it personally. If I'm
hmm,
taking it personally, it's gonna be a problem, right?
yeah,
And then we can't grow. So it's important. Yeah, they might take it personally in the beginning, but most couples work through that.
okay. So the other girl says, oh my God, I hope we have all adults in here. She said, is it bad to swallow? Because her boyfriend wants that done a lot. And she doesn't really like to do that, but she wants to make sure she keeps him happy.
Okay, okay. Again, a conversation is important. I always tell people, don't violate your own erotic and sexual integrity. Don't do something for somebody because that's what
That's what they.
that's gonna make them happy, because
Mm-hmm.
it's not really coming from the best in you. It comes from the worst in you, the fear of losing people, the fear of, whatever the case may be. So when we do it out of fear, eventually resentment sets in, and that's gonna
Mm-hmm.
have a direct impact on your relationship. So remember we talked about the three things to reach those thresholds: arousal and orgasmic. Remember, the first one is thoughts. How am I feeling about this? And how am I thinking? What am I thinking about this? So if she's saying, I'm just doing this for him, she's
Mm-hmm.
probably not going to be enjoying it. So
Right.
it's important for her to find pleasure or talk to him about how she doesn't, and come up with ways that is going to be mutually satisfying for the both of them.
Okay. So the
But
next
it's
question.
nothing. It's nothing wrong with swallowing, because I think she did ask that
Yeah, she was
question.
asking, is can you do too much? Is I think what she was feeling like. Is if he wants it every time that she does that, is there a too much? Do you have to take a break? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
okay. So
chug a
the next,
lug.
so the next person was sh- she wants to ask her boyfriend for a threesome with another guy, but she's afraid what he would say.
Okay. So my question would always be, um, what would be your reasoning for wanting to bring the third party in, and having that, just and talking about what that means for you, and offering your partner an opportunity to join in on that. They get to either decide yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to take it personally. That's just not their preference of engaging in a threesome. I believe whatever happens between consenting adults
Mm-hmm.
is that's up to you guys. But if she wants to have a threesome and she is excited about that, bring it to the table, talk about it with her partner, and see what her partner says. But it's always important to make sure that we're talking to our partner and we're not doing things behind our partner's back, because
Yeah.
now we're still in their choice.
Right. That's so true.
Yeah.
Okay. So these women, I used to think men were really freaky. I think men are more hornier than women, but I think women are more freakier than men. I don't
Can
know.
what makes you think men are more hornier?
The reason I say that is because, well, even though I try to act feminine, I'm still a man. So we wake up with with a hard sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's like I don't know how y'all wake up, but we wake up like boom, hello, what's happening? You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Or it could be like we could just be sitting in the like sitting somewhere and out of nowhere it'll just boom. Like we don't even have to be thinking about nothing. It's just like boom. Or the way your pants rubs your stuff, you're like, oh my God, what is going on? And I'm like, does that
It's an
happen to
erection.
women? Like, does that happen to women? Do women go through that? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like we can go to a club and a girl starts dancing. Y'all just twerking and stuff. But we're like, oh, we got to make sure we stay calm because, and I feel like that's why
Right.
men cheat
So
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 much
women
because, go ahead.
women have the same parts as men do. They're just arranged differently. So ours erect too. You just can't really tell unless you're looking.
So, what, is it a feeling? Like, do y'all get a tingle or something?
We do, but we yes, there's a blood rush to the lips, and to the clitoris, and to the vaginal walls, and all of that happens just like with the penis, except that you guys is more on the inside, on the outside, and ours is more on the
So,
inside.
give us guys a hint that we know we got y'all erect.
Look at it.
No, but I'm talking about like if we're like in the club or sitting in a party and like y'all will know because we gonna get up and it's like boom. But how can we be like, she ready?
But you know what? A lot of times the thing is that because ours is hard to tell. And we got on clothes, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ours don't protrude past our clothing. Um, you have to listen to our voice. That's what you have to listen. You have to listen to us tell you that, right?
Well, y'all get
Yeah,
all
because
sauce fuck. Y'all get sauce fucking like.
yeah, kind of.
Okay. So this one girl said she wants to try anal with her guy.
Okay.
She wants to do it, but he doesn't want to because he thinks it's nasty. So maybe she's watching with him right now. Do you think that it's nasty? What is like? What could you tell him to make him feel, I guess, more comfortable to try that with her? Because she wants to and he doesn't.
Okay, so my question is, when she says she wants to try anal with him and he thinks it's nasty, is she getting penetrated or is she
Yeah,
penetrating him with the?
she's getting
Okay,
penetrated.
okay, all right. I just wanted to be clear. Okay, okay. So, um, anal is an open cavity, so you have to be
Mm-hmm.
very careful. You want to make sure that it's clean, right? And you also want to make sure that you use a lot of lube. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
lube is important. The ass does not lubricate like the vagina. So, so a lot of lube and go slow and take your time. Again,
Mm-hmm.
I won't be anybody's moral compass. I won't say if it's nasty or if it's not nasty. Again, if it's two consenting adults, go for it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There should be no shame about it. What you do in your bedroom or on the kitchen floor or wherever you doing it, right?
Right.
That is completely up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure you go slow. I would not recommend trying to take the entire penis the very first time. You just want to make sure it's slow. Make sure that she is completely aroused because and relaxed.
And relax. I
Okay,
was about to say,
and
tell a friend, relax and breathe.
right. So being relaxed is important.
And then on my end, I would just tell the ladies too, if you ever decide, it's your backside is a muscle.
It is.
And so once you relax the
Mm-hmm.
muscle loosens.
Yes, because you don't want to tear either.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important.
Right.
And making sure we're not going from the ass to the
Oh,
vagina.
well, thank you, child. Please don't do that, ladies.
Okay, so it's important that we're not going from the ass to the vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, and if you're using condoms, you want to make sure you change condoms. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's important.
All right, so the next one is um okay. So she said, hold on, let me make sure I get this right. So okay, so she says her sex drive is higher than her man's. She like
Okay,
wants to do it maybe 2 or 3 times a day.
okay.
And, but he
When does she
can't.
work?
I guess she may like want it in the morning, then when she
Okay,
get off, and then
she
maybe
must
before
at
bed.
lunch.
But she said maximum 2 times a day.
Okay.
And she wants that, but her man doesn't because he can only
Mhm.
do I guess one. And then he said, but she said that he doesn't want her to masturbate either.
Oh.
So
Hmm.
he needs to get it together.
Like yesterday.
So I'm guessing she's saying like, how can she get him more stamina?
Okay. So it's not necessarily stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Every single relationship has a high desire partner and a low desire partner, and it's really just positions in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And you might be a high desire partner in one relationship and go into another relationship and end up being the low desire partner. That's
Mm-hmm.
not that. There's always a desire discrepancy in every single relationship. Nobody's going to want it the same amount all the time, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't want it. It just simply means that she might want, like you said, she might want it 3 times a day and he wants it 1 time a day. It still makes him the low desire partner. The thing
Mm-hmm.
is talking about different ways that you guys can be mutually satisfied. I'm not sure why he doesn't want her to masturbate if she has this high sex
I'm
drive.
feeling it's like a ego thing. I'll tell you the truth. When I'm with somebody, when I'm dating somebody, I kind of get jealous if they do that too.
It's not about you, Zoe.
I'd be like, look, but see, I'm not him. I just be like, okay, but look, let's get this. Let me help you out. But I get jealous. I get really jealous. I'd be like, why are you watching? Because I feel like you're thinking about somebody else. Are you watching a porn? And it kind of like, I'm like, oh, that's my job, but now you over here thinking about this person.
You think it's your job because you think it's that person. It's your job to give your partner an
To
orgasm.
please them, yes. And if you're doing
Yeah.
it without
Okay.
me, I'm a little mad.
Listen. Listen. You can't take someone else's desire personally. In
Mm-hmm.
relationships, it's about growing up. Some shit you just gonna have to grow up on, and
Right.
it's not personal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not personal. They just have to come to a mutual understanding of what works for me and what doesn't work for me and what works for you. Listen, the only time high desire and low desire becomes an issue is when it comes to sex. Like in my
Mm-hmm.
marriage, I'm the high desire shopper. My husband
Mm-hmm.
is not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're just positions and we navigate these positions all the time. So when it comes to sex, we have to learn how to navigate, ask for what we want. And then, I mean, I don't know that he should get to control whether or not she masturbates
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't want to have sex as often. And the other thing too is that women can go back to back to back to back, right?
Yeah.
And men have a refractory period. And so after the last orgasm that he just had, that refractory period can last anywhere between 1 minute up to a
Mm-hmm.
whole day
Mm-hmm.
for them to be able to get that back going again.
Mm-hmm.
So, you might be dealing not only with a desire issue, but a refractory period. And then how pleasurable is it for him? Too, I always ask the low desire partner because if it's not pleasurable, the likelihood of us wanting to repeat that activity is slim to none.
Right. Okay, hopefully she watching, child. So okay, here's some more. They said, okay, she said when she's, oh, she said when she's she said when she's having sex with her man, it goes soft.
Okay, ghost facet. Uh-huh.
Yeah, she said,
Okay.
yeah. So she's like, what is there something he can do to help that, or is it just a dysfunction?
Well, again, when we talking about any kind of dysfunctions, the first thing you want to do is get a physical exam with your medical doctor, primary care physician, to make these things are okay. The other thing is focusing on focus on total stimulation. So
Mm-hmm.
we talked about the thoughts, the feelings, and the sensations. When we're not staying engaged, remember the body is like this is over with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we can check out. I know a lot of women talk about checking out. Oh, what am I gonna cook for dinner? I gotta go to the store. Oh, this, all those kind of things. Men check out too, right? So when we try to stay tuned into our partners, that helps with our total stimulation, our subjective arousal, what we're thinking about, what we are experiencing. Um, what's going to be important too is that when he has a flaccid penis, like I've already said, a penis does not make love.
Mm-hmm.
There are other things that you can do there to continue to have sex. and engage in physical intimacy until you have another erection. Give yourself time. But a lot of times when men lose their erections during sex, it has to do with the level of anxiety they're experiencing. More men enter the bedroom with performance anxiety than they need to. And part of that has to do with, we are educated by the porn industry. And I want to say pornography is entertainment, not education. It's horrible education. It's poor education. It's lights, camera, action. Is literally things that are scripted. It's a performance. When you go home and you try to then replicate that, it's problematic. I ask women all the time too. I was like, ladies, if you know where your vagina is, raise your hand. In my seminars all over the world that I talk, and they raise their hand, they think, oh, that's like a dumb question, right? And I said, now put your hand on it, and they put their hand right here between their legs, and I'm like, ladies, that's not your vagina. And if you don't know, ladies, that that's not your vagina, men don't know that that's not your vagina. And why might that be important? Because our vagina, right? Our vagina is our inner canal, and our vulva is our outer canal, which is all touch sensitive, right? So this is our labia minora, our labia majora, which is our bigger outer lips, our labia minora, which is our inner lips, which is also equivalent to the head of the penis. So it's very sensitive, okay? Our clitoral hood, and then our clitoris, right? And this is so important. A lot of times we engage with the clitoris as foreplay. But I will tell you this, 95% of women need clitoral stimulation to have an orgasm. Our vaginal canal is only a pressure sensitive, while this is touch sensitive. Okay. And so it's important to engage all of that. So when you watch porn or you're educated about porn, what happens? She never has a headache. Yeah, she never has a headache. She's always ready. You go in and you pound it, right? And she's supposed to have this earth-shattering orgasm. And that's not what's happening.
So, okay. So since you said that about the outside, so girl, you just talk. Now, so if a guy decides to go, low and, get please her orally, he should focus more so on the outer and not the in.
He should focus on everything. All of this is touch sensitive. Like all of this he should focus on everything. And remember, listen to her voice. She should be telling you also what feels good to her. And if you're in tune with her, you'll know how her body moves, how she moans. All of that is important. So remember, and let me tell you something. I love to educate people, because women think their clitoris is about. I said, ladies, how big is your clitoris? And they say, oh, a pea
girl, that
size.
thing get long.
Let me show you. This is what the clitoris looks like. Right? I got a big size one too. Look. Big clit.
Right.
Right? So, but here's the thing. There are 4,000 nerve endings packed into the penis. 8,000 nerve endings packed into the clitoris.
So that you answer I'm sorry to cut you off. You answer my question, because I've always asked people, I wonder whose ejaculation felt better. Would it be a man's or would it be a woman's? And if y'all
that's subjective. 8,000 nerve endings. So I tell my husband all the time, if you're going to get on my nerves, get on one of these, right?
Right, you got 8,000 to choose from. That's funny. Right. Oh my God, 8,000 got 4? That's sensitive.
It is. And so that's important too. So a lot of times after women have an orgasm or prior to orgasm, it might be too much stimulation. Remember, there's 8,000 nerve endings packed into this, right? And
before you go, hold on, because there's this one question. She said, why is it after she has her climax, it hurts to keep going, but her boyfriend wants to go again? And she said hers hurts.
Nerve endings. It becomes too sensitive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so see, and maybe he don't know that, and maybe he's like, because I don't know the relationship, but maybe he's like probably getting mad, like, man, you can't keep going. But now if he's watching, hopefully he'll know that's
Right.
why she can't. It's not because
Exactly.
it ain't hurt because it feels good. It's hurt because love.
Right. Exactly. It's super sensitive. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So okay, so since talking to a woman, she wants to know how can she have better sex with herself? Is there something she can do to herself so she can just please her? Where should she
Yeah.
like I guess touch or do or how she better sex with herself?
So I think everybody should know their own personal bodies, first
Hmm.
of all. And then second of all, like I said earlier when we're talking about the man, it's important for her to kind of lean in and relax into it. A lot of times we get into the bed either with a partner or with ourselves with a whole lot of anxiety. I call it the crowded bed because we get in the bed with our religion, we get in the bed with our cultural beliefs, we get in the bed with our family beliefs, our shame, all of that, right? And so you have to, in order to the longest relationship you're going to have with anybody is with yourself, and so you
Hmm.
want to make sure that that is the best relationship that you have. And so better 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 sex with self is a better connection with self, right? So
Hmm.
you got to learn how to connect to yourself. We don't live in our bodies. We suffer from a whole lot of different kind of traumas and family stuff that comes down. We got to get back into our bodies. We got to be able to lean into touch. We got to, a lot of times we touch without feeling, right?
Hmm.
And we ask questions like, well, did you come? Or, you know, is that too hard or is that too soft? Those kind of things. That's because we're not connected. We're not connected with ourselves and we're not connected with our partner. And so it's going to be important to slow things down. As much as I hate that we're going through with this whole COVID-19 thing, I think this has been an opportunity for things to kind of slow down. We're so used to going, 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 and our bodies
Hmm.
have become physiologically used to the fastness, the pace, and things like that. And so no wonder we're having sex in 3 minutes, and then we're like, you know. But slow things down. Make sure that you engage in all five senses. You know what your room look like. Clean it up.
Hmm.
Burn a candle. The smell it needs to be good. What are you tasting? Like incorporate things that engages all five senses and get back in your body.
Okay, girl, come on. All right, so she said, somebody said, everything, man. She said, okay, why, this is funny. Why is it her man breathes too hard doing sex? She doesn't like it.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But
like, okay.
you know, there's so much life in the breath, actually. And
Hmm.
hopefully it smells good. But
Right.
there's so much life in the breath. And in breathing it taking in the breath and letting it out is a whole body experience, right? A lot
Hmm.
of times when we engage in physical intimacy, we're just engaging our mouth and our genitals, right? But
Hmm.
we want whole body experience in, and breathing can help with that. Breathing can help us stay present in the bedroom with our partner. Breathing can help relax the entire body so that your body isn't tensed up, and you get to experience more powerful orgasms throughout the entire body versus just, you know, on our genitals. And so there's a you know, tantric practice, and breathing is really a part of that. Synchronizing our breathing with our partners and things like that takes us to almost like this spiritual level of experiencing physical intimacy. So maybe she can
Breathe
begin
along
to
with.
learn how to breathe with him, right? Practice
Hmm.
some breathing with him and kind of synchronize their breath work, and hey, have some better orgasms.
Because what I was gonna say was, I found it because like I used to be afraid, like just I don't do sex, I do other stuff, and
What's other stuff?
I found it bad because I used to be afraid to moan or whatever, but I
Okay.
find it better when you moan. It
Yeah.
does something different. It's like a
Yeah.
because some guys
It
don't like to
engages.
moan. They don't. They be afraid to moan.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times that's associated like with shame and shutting things down and suppressing it, and you don't get the best experience in suppressing things.
Hmm.
Let it out. Moan, yell, scream, grab, scratch.
Right. Okay, let's see. Okay, one other lady said, she's I guess she's a squirter, and she said even after she squirts or whatever, she's never satisfied.
Okay. Okay.
So like,
Um yeah, because female ejaculation does not necessarily mean that they have orgasms.
so now,
Um
please say it again, because these guys be like, "Ooh, I made her squirt, I made her squirt." So really, she probably didn't even have an orgasm.
it's not well that very much so can be true. That right? Um, yeah, do men know that there's a difference between their orgasm and their
Because I know, I mean,
ejaculation?
when I just know a lot of guys always be like, "I can make her squirt, I can make her squirt," and then I thought that means you pleased her. I've always thought that. I didn't know like she could still do that, and then there was no orgasm.
And then there's some women who don't even like their female ejaculation.
Hmm.
So it can be embarrassing, or it doesn't like feel good, or they feel out of control with it. It's just really up to them. But again, talking to your partner about what, so I've squirted now, but I still feel unsatisfied. There's something else that we need to continue to do. So talk to them.
It's a lot of work pleasing women. Men, you just have to, even if it wasn't good, you just have to, rub it a little couple of times and boom, boom, bam, and thank you, ma'am.
See, but look, see how you say just rub it a little couple of times. That's why we having 1 and 3 minute sex encounters.
Well,
Slow it down, though.
I'm the person who doesn't. I get bored. I'm a Gemini, and I start this, like you said. I will start to think of other stuff like, okay, it's about to be over with. This is the music's dumb now. Can we change this song? Like I start to think. I start to think about other stuff like, are you tired yet? Like I think about that kind of stuff when we're doing whatever, and I just like it, girl. Give me a good 15 minutes. And I'm okay.
Well, let me say this. If you just gonna do 1 to 3 minutes, though,
No, three is horrible. I'm not like it's
I'm not gonna
girl.
say three
Yeah.
is horrible. Three minutes is a long time to be pumping.
It is.
It is. I know. I tell women that all the time. Stop shaming men for 1 to 3 minutes, because you try pumping 3 minutes with your Fitbit on. It's gonna say you are in full fat
Hello.
burning mode.
Yeah. Right. Because like I'm telling people, when your teacher used to tell you to read 10 minutes in class, you'll be like, "Is this 10 minutes up?"
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. I don't know, girl.
So you
So like, I mean, do
crazy.
women prefer longer sex, or what do women
So
prefer?
so here's the thing. If you look at it on a spectrum, and and everybody is different. So men are on the lower end of the spectrum where they can ejaculate quicker. For women are about 20 minutes behind men. Okay. So remember I said men are like microwaves and women are like more like crock pots. It takes a little bit more for us. And that's not all women. So I'm not, I don't want nobody come back on your show and
Right,
whatnot, and mine's either telling me what, right? But everybody is different. So if this doesn't pertain to you, wait for the next question. Maybe
right.
it'll be for you, right? But and then women are more of this like 15 minutes to 45 minutes, right? So
Mm.
that's a huge gap in between, right? Which is why it's important probably to make sure she comes first, right?
Foreplay or
Right?
something.
Okay, let's talk about that foreplay thing. But yes, definitely. But
Mhm.
but many, remember I said how many in the 90 percentile that women
Uh-huh.
need clitoral stimulation.
Hmm.
People think if I suck on this and touch on this and whatnot, that is foreplay.
Hmm.
That's not foreplay. If
Okay.
women if women need that to be able to get an orgasm, that's core play. That's not foreplay.
What was?
Foreplay is the main event.
Okay.
Like, you wouldn't expect me to rub your elbow and think that you're gonna have an orgasm,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So this is core play right here. Okay,
Okay.
this is the main event. Foreplay is anything positive you do in your relationship, and it starts at the end of your last orgasm. It's the I love yous, it's the forehead kisses, it's the holding the hands, it's the emotional intimacy, it's the connection, it's all of that. It's the anticipation of being with your partner the next time. That's foreplay.
Oh. Okay. So
Clitoral
what is all the?
stimulation is sex.
Okay. So. Because so the kissing on the neck and all that stuff is just that's just
No,
what would you call
I
that?
mean that's your warming up, your foreplay. Yes, but foreplay doesn't start 10 minutes before you have sex.
Right.
Foreplay is ongoing.
Yeah, because foreplay could be y'all in that car and you just like, look, when we get home, already like, bitch, let's get
So see,
home.
that's the anticipation.
Yeah, you be
That's the
ready.
eroticism of the
Uh-huh.
relationship. Yes. The teasing and the flirting and all of that. That's foreplay.
Makes sense. Okay. My husband hates she's done. Oh, somebody said, do you think your souls can tie, I guess, when having
Soul ties.
sex? Like soul ties.
Soul
What is
ties.
that? Like you
Soul ties.
intertwine with each other?
Well, it's a spiritual connection. It's that
I believe
when
it.
you yeah, I do
Mm.
believe that you connect with people on a spiritual level and emotional level. Um, I do believe that when we engage in that, there is a chemical that is released in the body when we engage in intimate connection with people, when we're hugging, when we're kissing, when we ejaculate or orgasm, called oxytocin. It's a
Mm.
bonding chemical. This is something that's
Hmm.
released in the brain. It's in the body. It makes me feel connected to you and closer to you. So I do believe that we connect with people that we are intimate with.
Yeah, that's why I tell people I love to hug. Like when I meet people, I hug you because it's something I can tell in the hug. Like if I hug
Yeah,
you and it feels weird, I'm like, oh, this ain't a good
yeah,
person. But sometimes
uh-huh,
I can just sense it and I won't even hug you. I shake your hand.
yeah,
But
yeah,
usually I love to hug because it's like you
yeah.
just feel it, the way they embrace you, the way they touch you. You can tell when someone's a caring person through a hug. I don't know.
Yeah. Energy, yes. Hugging is very telling. Kissing is too. Hugging and kissing is very telling, which is why a lot of couples, after they've been together for so long, they stop kissing. It's very telling
Mm-hmm.
about how you feel about the relationship, how you feel about the person, things like that. Yeah, so
Right, because
absolutely.
my one of my exes had cheated on me, and I said, "Well, did you kiss?"
Shame on your ex.
I was like, "Did you kiss the person?" And they said no. So it was kind of easier for me to take them back, even though they
Uh,
did that. Because I was like,
uh-huh.
"Okay, well, you didn't kiss them," so I feel like it really wasn't nothing there. Even though you did it, but I feel like it wasn't no kind of connection. Because that's why I tell
Mm.
people I don't kiss any and everybody because you just can't kiss everybody.
It's very
So.
intimate, yes.
Let me see. Let me see. Somebody. Oh, this. Okay. So I think this is when I was coming and talking with your daughter. She was like, "What are some myths about sex?" So it was that.
Ah. So I think this whole conversation started because Ashley told me that you were talking about how you didn't want to have sex because you were scared, but
Oh yeah,
something
I
about
tell you. Okay. My main thing. I mean, I'm more attracted to men, but I will give woman an oral. I mean, I would do that. I'm not scared. One, because I feel like it's making me lesbian. But I'm nervous to have sex with a woman because I'm not the average black man. You know, most black men are well endowed. They're strong. They can go for hours. Well, that's what women making men think, like you got to go this long. It can't be little. It can't be this, and it kind of like intimidates you. It makes you be like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm not gonna do it then, because you ain't gonna
Yeah.
embarrass me and laugh at me. But
Yeah.
I mean, I have had the thought of wanting to try it just to see. But that is my main purpose. Because one, I'm child, I'm gonna be that in that percentile of the 5 minutes, girl. And then
Not if you slow it down
girl, I
and
done been doing this
engage
too
all of it.
long, girl. And
Okay.
then it's just I found that little question where she said, "Girl, my man is skinny, girl. What can he do to help it?"
Okay, so remember what I said about where we've gotten our sex education from?
hmm Oh, porn.
Pornography, right?
Yes.
So in porn, I usually have a measuring tape. I don't have my measuring tape with me right now,
hmm
but according to the pornography, the porn industry, like everybody's endowed, they got 9 inches and things like that. Here's a fact for you. Not everybody is walking around with 9 inches, and as a matter of fact, very, 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 very few are walking around with that. The average penis size is 5.16 erect.
But is that white men though?
I said the average worldwide,
Okay.
5.16.
hmm
Remember when I was talking about the vaginal canal?
Uh-huh.
And that how it will tense up, and then the uterus will move up to receive penetration. The vaginal canal is 3 to 4 inches.
Oh.
Oh, it's
No,
three to four
I
inches,
remember one
and
girl was.
then it will expand anywhere to 5 to 6 inches. I don't know. God just made it right. 5 to 6 inches, 5.16 inches is the average. Are there more? So a lot of times people are walking around with more than average because they have more than 5 inches. But if you're at 5 inches, you're average. 5.16 is average. The other thing is that the research shows that, and remember, this is pressure sensitive, and that
hmm
all of this is touch sensitive. So the closer that you are to this,
Oh,
the
I'm gonna
more
be
please.
better then. Because he just going in for the pressure. Let me go on and try this
Roll them sleeves up, baby. Get in here.
now.
What your mama tell you? Dive, baby, dive.
Dive, baby, dive. No, okay. So look, you know,
See?
boost my confidence, my testosterone. I'm trying to. Okay, okay.
Right?
So because I know I remember talking to someone before when they were saying some guys when they be doing the pounding, they're thinking the woman is saying because it feels good, but actually it's
It's
pain. Some
hurting.
people call that
Yeah.
pain pleasure, but most of the time it could be it's like you said, it's only 3 inches, so it's like you're hitting, I guess, the wall or whatever,
Cervix.
and
It could be the
yeah,
cervix and things like
and
that.
it's not
Hmm.
actually pleasure. She's like, snicker.
Yeah, right, right. Now some women do get pleasure from that. So let me not make everybody think that women don't get
Oh yeah,
pleasure
yeah,
from
yeah.
penetration. And some people that pain does feel good, like it's a pleasure pain. But then the other thing is a lot of women have learned to tolerate that pain because they think that that's what it's
Mm.
supposed to feel like,
hmm
right? And they don't say anything. Why? Because the porn industry has educated us that you
To
go in there and
think
you pound that, and she has an earth shattering orgasm, and it's all good.
true. Yeah, because that's so true because it makes people think, oh, you gotta have a okay, that question was, does size matter?
Ah, there's an old saying that says it's not the size of the
Both the
boat,
motion of the
but the
ocean.
motion of the ocean. It's
Uh-huh.
like it's so true, right? And so if you are if men are penetrating the woman who has a vagina, right? It's about the motion and making sure the clitoris is also stimulated, because no matter what kind of orgasm you have, it is all experienced in the same area.
hmm
Does that make
So
sense?
yeah. Because that, I'm trying to see, like, that's why I feel some guys when they're doing it, they'll be doing that little thing with their thumb. That means you're not doing it right, right? Because you're
No,
trying to.
no, not necessarily. Remember, everybody is different.
It's different, yeah.
Everybody is different. So what works for one does not work for the other. So you might have been able to please 10 women or
Mm.
10 men, but when you get to that 11th one, they're like, yeah, no, that's not working. Right? That's because everybody is
Right.
different, right? Everybody is completely different. And how we experience sex and sexuality is individualized.
Okay. Let me see another one. They had a couple more. I'm not gonna hold you too long, friend. Let's see. Okay, so what are some secrets to, I guess, good sex?
So, and we kind of talked about it already. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's really being open.
Mm-hmm.
Intimacy. I always say intimacy. Into me, you see. Transparency. Being
Mm.
able to be open. Because that's true connection. When I can be open and free and be me in the bedroom, and I can
Mm-hmm.
laugh, and I know that sex is messy and it's gonna be funny, and things are gonna happen because I'm a human. It doesn't happen. Those human things don't happen in porn, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they do happen in our bedroom. And when we can laugh and, fall off the bed or not do something right, or, pass gas, whatever the case may be, because it's just things are happening from our human bodies. When we can do that, and I can lean into my partner's touch and actually allow them to feel me,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're not just touching their arm, you're not just touching their leg, you're not just rubbing on them, but you are touching the person that's inside that body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is your partner on the inside? When you can touch them, you're gonna have different kind of sex. My trademark is hashtag sex lives matter. I don't know, can you see my shirt?
Okay, yeah.
And that's my trademark. And I think it is so important to understand that we have to really move away from just this disconnected sex. When we have disconnected sex, it's just we're going for the orgasm, and that's basically it. If
Mm-hmm.
we can move away from being orgasm focused
Mm-hmm.
and we just enjoy the ride, oh, literally, then, then the orgasms will come. Literally, I
Mm-hmm.
love that play on words. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the
That's so
orgasm,
funny, yeah.
the orgasms will come when we can show up and be who we want to be, and our partner is allowed to do the same thing, and that's true connection. That's true intimacy, and we're gonna end up having better sex.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That's
That's
the
so
key
true.
for long lasting sex.
It's
Long
just,
lasting sex.
yeah, going there not trying to make them orgasm, but going there enjoying
Enjoying
it.
the ride. Enjoying the ride.
So I have a question. This is a question because me saying this, not you. I don't want nobody come to bash you, but this is me saying it. I feel in the Black community, women, I feel like the guys can experience a full enjoyment in sex because they have so many things that men aren't supposed to do. But then you have the white people, they be doing like some stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
so, do you think it is, what is it, demasculine a man if he, like, if let's say he's on you, or you grab his butt, or you put your finger in there or something? Do you think that's, would you do that with your man, or no? She's like, I just have my husband business. But do you think that's okay for a woman to do that, or no? Is that like gay?
I think we have been socialized to think so many different things, whether that's from religion or our culture. And yes, I believe that the black community, we have a lot when it comes to sex and sexuality that we deal with. We've been hypersexualized, just through over the centuries of slavery and all of those things, and white supremacy and things like that, that really impacts that, and how we see things. Again, I'm gonna go back to, I won't be anybody's moral compass, but if it is between two consenting adults,
Mm-hmm.
go for it, right? As
Mm-hmm.
long as you are not violating your own erotic integrity, your own sexual integrity. Go for it. Play. I mean, have fun. Seriously, like have
Mm-hmm.
fun. Do what you want to do. Stop doing the same old boring sex positions. And
And have
yes,
fun.
it's tired. It's old. It's right.
Yeah.
So I say have fun, experiment. If you don't like it, you get to say I don't like it, but you tried it.
Right. So let me take these comments off. Is there something before I take them off? Is there something that you would want to like leave the people with and let them know or anything?
Yes. Relationships and sex are about growing up. And we got to get out of our comfort zone. And some our comfort zone a lot of times keep us in mundane relationships, mundane sexual activity, and limited beliefs. Hold on to yourself and be the best person you can be, and that means being the sexual being that God created you to be. That makes you whole.
Go ahead, girl. Like, you see what Sonia was saying? Is there anything that y'all want to ask her, say to her before I let her go? But no, thank you for that because I learned me some stuff that I did not know, child. Oh, Jesus. I
Thank
mean, you
you.
gave me a little bit more confidence to try to like step out there, but I just know I tell people I know what I like and I don't want to like lead a woman on. But I do feel like I probably want to just try it. Like you said, try something. Because I've never done that. He said,
Okay.
I think I'm about to go have some sex. Oh my God. Let me see. Anybody got anything you want to ask her? Glad I joined this. Great live. Somebody, oh my gosh, somebody said it's squirt pee. No, I don't think it is, right?
So there's a huge debate on that.
Oh, why you
There's
at? It's two things. Somebody said, "Is that pee?" And then someone else said, how? I guess can you make yourself do that?
okay. So there's a huge debate. There are research that shows that when they go in, the women tend to have full bladders, and then when after they've squirted, their bladders are empty. However, the contents of it has some traces of pee, but it is not like when you go to the restroom and you urinate through your urethra. So it is not all pee, but it comes down the same tube.
Mm-hmm.
And so there may be traces of urine in it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make yourself squirt? I'm gonna say relax into your partner's touch or your touch. If you squirt, you squirt. Don't break your back trying to squirt.
Mm-hmm. Right. So somebody else said, they said what? I guess they never had. Somebody said, "What is an orgasm?"
An orgasm?
Mm-hmm.
It's the muscle contractions after you've reached your climax. It's the muscle contractions of the body that you feel, and it is pulsating.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Mm. I just be thinking about stuff, girl. Okay,
Yes.
somebody says, "How is there a way to?" It was a woman, I think. She said, "How do you stop yourself from having those seizure like when you have an orgasm?" I guess she has. It's just that's her body. She said she doesn't like
Yeah.
having those seizure things.
Oh, she doesn't like the feeling of it.
Yeah, I get.
And
Yeah.
I'm wondering, and I'm, I don't know, I don't have enough information. I'm wondering if she's tensing up or if she's actually kind of relaxing into it. I'm telling you, our bodies, when we're all tense and things like that, we just experience things really different. It's so important to relax.
Mm-hmm. So, is it true that when you eat certain fruits and things, you could taste that through like I guess the women's area and the guys' semen?
Let me just say that what you eat impacts anything. It comes out in your pores. So yes, the Are you gonna taste like pineapples? No, but your juices might be a little bit sweeter. So
Oh.
it's not it's not gonna you're not gonna be dripping pineapple juice. No. But you might
Because I know when I eat asparagus, my pee
Mhm.
stinks. Like it smells like
Mhm.
asparagus. It's horrible. I love
Mhm.
asparagus, but child, ugh.
Mhm. Mhm. So it comes out what we take in comes out of our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's important that we're drinking water and staying hydrated and we're eating our fruits and veggies and you know and that's one of the things why I always say, couples should plan sex too because there's
Oh,
intentionality.
that was a question. Somebody said, "Do you think?" They said, "Do you think should you plan sex or just y'all have it sporadically, like whatever? I guess throughout the day or whatever happens. Do you think
you
planned
know
sex is better or just whatever sex?"
the movies got us all screwed up because we tend to watch these movies and all of a sudden they have this spontaneous sexual desire and then you slam them up against the wall and they having all this sex and they can barely get up the stairs and get to the bedroom. Their clothes is all on the thing. And the thing is that a lot of times we've always had planned sex. If you're dating someone and you guys are having sex, a lot of times you really kind of prepare yourself. So you're
Mm-hmm.
making sure you're groomed just in case. Well, that's preparation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, if we're putting sex on the calendar, that leads to anticipation, and we can tease and play and flirt with our partners leading up to that anticipation
The
raises our
foreplay.
erotic scales and it's foreplay. Yes.
I'm learning,
So
girl.
so that's very important. Planned sex is good.
I I I would believe that because then, like you're getting yourself together. Like you said, it's like your mind stimulating yourself. You're thinking
Mhm.
about it. So then when you go in there, it's like you're prepared, you're ready, and it's just not like, let's say y'all were sitting on the couch and y'all came from the movies, and now he's ready, and you got to go run in his bathroom and throw a little soap on it, and it's like you ain't
Exactly,
comfortable
right.
because you
Because
like, ooh,
now
am I
you're not
smelling? Do I
comfortable.
smell good?
Because remember, if you're not prepared and you're not comfortable. Now people do have spontaneous sex, but that's not
Yeah.
that's not all the time, right? But the first she run in the bathroom and she's trying to see how she smell. Now she's like, do I smell good? And we have a multi-billion-dollar industry that banks on women being insecure about our own natural smells and things like that. So we think it's supposed to smell like flowers. It is not supposed to smell like flowers. Don't put flowers or anything that smells like flowers in there. Right?
Right, because okay, so because I was talking about this and I'm sure you already know. So women, when they're in the shower, I've heard that they're not supposed to take the rag and soap and wash in there. They're supposed to let the water run down it. Is that true?
Right. So I tell women all the time, you do not wash your vagina, but you do wash your vulva. And we learned that today. Remember, that's the vulva, the vagina on the inside. You do not wash your vagina. You do wash your vulva, and you want to wash the lips, right? But you do not want to go inside at all, and you want to use pH balanced soap because anything that gets in there will change your pH balance, and then you're looking at cleaning out the good bacteria that is in the
Mm.
vagina. The vagina is self cleansing, so you can wash your vulva, but you want to use pH balance stuff.
Okay, so I see some people saying they shouldn't. So women shouldn't like use that douche. How you pronounce it? You
Oh no, 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 don't.
okay. And what about Summer's Eve?
No, like Summer
She's
Eve.
like,
um,
and go ahead.
yeah. So yes, it's better to let the water run down, but yes, you can clean. You actually can move the clitoral head back and clean around it because what happens is you can get smegma in between there, and that's basically like the oils that builds up from your body and different things like that will build up in there, and that can impact actually your stimulation to the clitoris.
Hmm.
Okay, so you
So
want to
I heard.
clean around it.
So I saw somebody say, so is it okay to do those steam things?
So I'm not a medical doctor. So
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
not going.
yeah, right. Yeah, she's a relationship sex therapist.
Yeah,
And
I'm a psychologist, yes, but I'm not a medical doctor, and so I don't want to put that
getting the
out
wrong
there.
stuff.
Yeah, so you seek advice from your medical doctor whether or not that it.
Okay.
I have heard women all the time say in my circle and outside of my circle and people that I've worked with that they're helpful.
Okay. So I'm trying to see, is there anything else that I saw somebody say? Do men have certain ways they need to clean? Oh, well, man, it's kind of easy for us to clean. You just clean it. If
Unless
you,
they haven't been circumcised and you need to make sure you're pulling the forceps
yeah,
back
pull it
and getting
back,
it really
because
good. Yeah.
I done experienced one of those where they smell. Ugh. it, it smells like a spoiled wet rag. It's horrible.
Yes, please clean.
Right. So, oh, and also, I've heard some guys, they like to pick at girls if they have like, little spots in their panties. But please let guys know women do discharge during the day, right? They're
Discharge
supposed
is
to.
yes, discharge is very normal. Because the vagina is self-cleansing, discharge is very normal, and our discharge actually change according to around our cycle and the times of the month. There are
Mhm.
times when we're like off ovulating, when the discharge is a little bit more thicker, and that's really to help keep the semen in for pregnancy. It's a whole system
Mhm.
that kind of works in unison. So discharge is normal, and it should, it might have like your own natural smell to it, but if it's really stinky or green or things like that, you want to make sure that you're seeing your doctor.
Okay, and then I guess I'll leave off on this question. So, because I've always talked about this, well, I know some people who've done it too. So, when a girl, or woman, whatever, women, ladies, when they're coming off of their period, because I had this conversation with my cousins, are women more hornier then? And like, is it okay to still like do that with just a little spot blooding?
If you like it, I love it.
Because I just heard when women be coming off, I heard they're kind of like horny at that time. I don't know.
They can be, our hormones are changing, all kind of things are going on, and they yes.
Yes. Okay, well, that'll be my last question.
So
Well,
thank
thank you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Tell them where they can find you, your business on website, and all that stuff.
Okay, so I am the Intimacy Seminars on Instagram, Facebook, and I don't really do that. I don't really keep up with the Twitter, but Ashley need to keep up my Twitter on there. But it's the Intimacy Seminars, and theintimacyseminars.com is my website. And thank you so much, Zoe, for having me. This was amazing. I love you.
Thank you, girl. I love you too. I love your
And I'm
daughter.
gonna
She's my
I
friend,
know,
honey.
I know, I know. I'm gonna send you a box with your Sex Lives Matter t-shirt.
Oh,
And
I'm wearing
I know.
it. But yeah, well, thank you. I hope people learned some stuff from this, because I know I did stuff I didn't know. So I really appreciate it. All right,
Okay.
girl. Well, thank you, boo.
All right, have a good one. All right,
You
love
too.
you.
Love you back.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Well, I just did that because I know people be wanting to know. Like, we all feel like, when we go in the room, we the best. Like, oh, I can go ahead and do this, or I'm gonna please her. And I feel like, shoot, let's help each other out to have better sex lives. Because I feel like relationships end because of bad sex or money. Those are the reasons. I mean, because sometimes a person could cheat on you, child, and you gonna stay. Most of the time, some of us do. It's life, because there's not going to be a relationship where nobody cheats. And I'm not saying I'm not saying like, everybody cheats, but you're bound to go through a relationship where you get cheated on and you go take them back maybe once or twice, my dumb ass 3-4 times. But it's usually money or sex why people leave. And yeah, so if I can help y'all with the sex, I'm gonna help you out with the sex. So, all right, you guys. I hope you liked it. I'm gonna save it, but it's not gonna go to my page. So if you missed it and you came in late, I'm gonna save it and it's gonna go to the IGTV. So go on my IGTV section and make sure you rewatch it from the beginning if you want to, because she answered some of the questions I saw y'all saying, like, how do you take care of your vagina? What do you do with this? Da, da, da. She said those questions. That's why I didn't ask them again. So just go and you can catch your question in the midst of the video. Yeah, that's why I said I want to start a podcast so bad, you guys, because I have a lot of stuff I like to talk about. I love talking about grown up stuff. Like on here, I know I do the little hey friend videos and stuff, but bitch, I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want, like, this is what I want to tell my supporters on here. Like when I be putting up videos sometimes, let's say like when I had the old lady on my page and she had the lingerie on, and when some of y'all were flagging it, it took the video down. I don't want y'all to box me into this like PG-13 person, because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to put stuff that, you know, Kevin Hart and Little Duval be having on their page. Because when I go to their page, I'm like, damn, that same video's on their page. When it's on my page, it gets flagged and taken down. I think it's because I'm grooming y'all to think that I'm this, hey friend, oh my God, person. When really I like to do I'm spitting, lubricated. I like to do everything. I like my hey friend. I like my adult content. I like my catering to my white people and then my black people. And then like, I like to do everything. I don't want to just put in a box. So when I put grown stuff, it's just, I think I done got so many grown women who are kind of like civilized, like women, conservative women. So when they see that thing that's kind of rated R, they're like, oh, that's nasty. And they flag it and it gets taken down. And then I get in trouble on Instagram. Then they call me and say, if you get a couple more flags, your page is going to go on restriction. And then I'm over here pissed. I'm like, oh my God, well, y'all just stop flagging my shit. Y'all don't understand what we be going through on Instagram. So it's like, fuck. But yeah, if you just don't like that video, go past it. But don't flag it or get upset, because I have different types of people that watch different types of stuff. Everybody don't want to see Hey Friend all the time. I'm sure the straight guys that follow me don't want to see Hey Friday all the time, because I got straight friends who follow me. They don't want to see Hey Friday, but the women love Hey Friday. You know what I'm saying? I got people who like Messy Monday. Some people don't like it because they don't like mess. I have everything that I do. So if you don't like it, just scroll past it, friend. Don't flag it. Cause there's so many different type of TV shows out there I can get. But if y'all try to box me into Hey Friend, that's the only damn thing I'm gonna get on TV is Hey Friend. And I want to be on crazy ass shit where I'm fighting somebody and spitting in their face and throwing a glass bottle. No, I'm just playing. I don't want to do all that. But anyway, so yeah, can we just be a team? Just DM me and say, so that was a little over the top. But I feel like I don't ever put anything on my page that was over the top. I try to make sure I don't do that. What else? Yeah. All right, I think that's it. I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. I love you. I love you too. Oh yeah, and you guys, I didn't do Messy Monday because for the simple fact, like I said, it wasn't a lot of stuff, and I didn't want to do a 10-minute video. That's just gonna be stupid to me. I'll probably do a mukbang and talk about Jada and Lil Baby. That was the biggest thing on Messy Monday this Monday was Jada the Baby and Chris Sal faking his allegedly faking his car wreck, but everything else was really, it was kind of like watered down tea. Nothing was really like dramatic to where it's like, ooh, bitch, that's messy, bitch. Like go in the shade room, you will look. There's nothing really like, bitch, that was messy, bitch. It just wasn't nothing messy. All right, y'all. Oh yeah, that's her page. Here I flag it, leave it up for like not flag it, damn. That's her page right there. I'll leave it up for like 10 seconds. I'm gonna get off 10. That's her page. Follow her. Make sure you talk to her. Boom, boom, boom. If you got any questions about, you know, the sexual stuff, how to be better in the bedroom, and how can you please your man or your woman? Do you regret liking doing that little boy Chris Styles. Chris Styles is a grown man. Don't do him like that. Stop. I still think he's very handsome. Don't do Chris Styles. Stop. He's a nice person. He's just, let him grow up. Y'all better stop doing my man like that. I'll fight you for a period. Okay, well that's her page. All right, you guys, I'm about to get off. I love you so much. And oh, make sure you watch P Valley. Let me tell you something, because everybody was hitting me up talking about some Zoe, Lil Murder, like his breast thing, because he got all them goals in his mouth. First of all, boo, it is a it's a character. He don't even got all them goals now. P Valley is the shit. If y'all ain't watching P Valley, then what the hell is you doing? Go get stars. They could have put me on this show. I'm sorry. I need to be on that show. P Valley, put me on the show. P Valley is it. Download stars. I freaking love that show. It is the best show that is out on TV. P Valley is the shit. I'm telling y'all. It's a whole lot of. It's like, it's good. It's really, really, really good. And that mama gonna have to say about me. Period. Mama, you got to say about me, boo-boo. Don't with Mercedes. Don't mess with Mercedes, boo. That's what you're not gonna do. So I'm ready to see you this Sunday to see what the hell you gonna do. Mercedes better whoop your ass when you get out of jail. You only got a little light when she whooped your ass before jail, but she gonna whoop your ass when you get out. And you better give her $20,000 and give her building back for them girls. Period. And I said what I said. And Uncle Clifford better leave my man alone. Uncle Clifford, keep your hands off my man. Because the way he had you bent over on that table in that office, and he spit. Uncle Clifford! Ooh, that should have been my role. Ooh, the way he bent Uncle Clifford over like that. Murder is it. Oh, and let me tell you, DeAndre is a little, no, Andre, he a little nerdy. He could get it. Y'all, and they be showing, oh my God, y'all, they be showing everything. See, I like shows that don't just show the women. You know how these shows be showing women? I'm talking like, I be like, that is so sexist. Why they always show the woman's vagina and her titties in these movies and stuff, but they don't ever show the man? That is so disrespectful to women. It's like, show the men. Why y'all gotta show the women? Baby, they show the men too. Girl, they show the men too now. They show the men now. They show the men on Stars, girl. Oh, when I saw Andre, I said, Andre, call me Andre. Yes. No, you know who after Mercedes, I like crooked letter, cricket over Mississippi. Oh, Mississippi is it, y'all. I live for Mississippi, girl. She they showing the dick, yes, sis. But Mississippi, that's my girl. She is so sexy on that pole, baby. Mississippi be doing them tricks. Mercedes is like your ratchet friend who just, boom, boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. But Mercedes, she plays with your mind. Mississippi play with your mind on that pole, girl. Yeah. Cricket letter. And she be stretching that leg out. Y'all, she do this one move on the pole. I gotta learn it, y'all. She do this one move on the pole where she go like this. Her legs be straight out. I be like, oh, look, stop. You gonna turn me straight? Girl, you better leave me alone doing all that. I bet it smell like rose water. And y'all know rose water smells good. Roses stink, but rose water smells good, bro. Probably smell like lavender and baby powder. Y'all, P Valley, I'm telling you, P Valley is the show. It is the show. Like, and it's like you get so invested in these shows, and then, girl, they take them away. Like, you had Pose. Where is Pose? Can it come back? And then it took away, T-Day, you will love P Valley. titties and everything just be out. They just be like, ooh, that, ooh. And all the women look good. All of them look good. Oh, Jesus. And then the white man who be like in the, I think he white and then he mixed with black or whatever. He a little freak child. He's just a whole mess. Y'all, go watch it. They gotta put me on this show. I know that everybody has got in my DMs and said, Zoe, thank you so much for putting me on P Valley. P Valley, I want an episode in this next season because I think this Sunday coming up is the season finale. This next season, I need to be on that show with Uncle Clifford. If they end up building whatever, I don't want to say because y'all ain't watched it yet. If they end up building whatever, I need to be working in that building. Put me on the show. Brandy, where is she at? Y'all, somebody go get Brandy. Y'all go. Well, I don't want to get out yet. Y'all go get Brandy right quick. Go in her DMs and go get Brandy. I want to be like, look, Mercedes, let me talk to you right quick. Somebody go to her DMs and get. It's not a channel. You have to I got her. This was her live. I don't want to mess it up. You got to download Stars. I just want to talk to Brandy right quick. Just like Brandy, what was going on, girl? What's the tea, girl? Tell me about you, darling. Okay, thank y'all. I'm gonna go watch it. P Valley is on Stars, y'all. Yes, it's on Stars. And also there's this other show. I'm not partnering with them or nothing, but there's this other show. Bitch. See, TV is becoming too expensive. You gotta have Stars, you gotta have Amazon Prime, you gotta have Hulu, you gotta have Showtime. It's too much. Like, I'm not gonna have all these subscriptions. What they need to do is come out with an app that you pay for that's probably like $50 a month or something, and then they distribute whatever show you watch, they distribute that money to that station. Because having $10.99 for Stars, $9.99 for Amazon Prime, $7.99. It's just too much. But there's a show on Amazon Prime, y'all. I'm telling you, it is so good. It's called Bigger, Bigger. Baby, thank me later after y'all watch it. Period. It's on Amazon Prime. Thank me after you watch it. It's called Bigger, Bigger. Bitch, it is motherfucking good, bitch. Bitch, she is good, bitch. Ain't it Stars Plus? I don't know. It's just Stars, and it's called P Valley. But Bigger on Amazon Prime, girl. She's the tea, girl. Girl, it's good, girl. It's about these people they in school. Girl, just go look at it, girl. I will never tell you something bad, girl. Trust me, I like good shows because I want to be in a TV show, a sitcom, a movie, and I'm not gonna be in nothing that's just rinky dink. Like, I want to be in Pose, bitch, motherfucking show everybody like. I want to be in Star. So y'all, I don't promote nothing that ain't good. I'm not one of these social media people who be like, oh, buy these gummies, they'll make your hair grow, or buy this facial stuff, it'll make your skin good. Bitch, I don't do all that, girl. That shit be fake, girl. They just want to get a little coin, girl. All right, watch this because it's this. No, girl. Every show I tell y'all to watch, it be good. Period. Period now. It be good, girl. It be good, girl. I don't play about that. I am my brand. I'm not gonna brand myself with something that's sorry, girl. Pose is that show though, right? I'm ready for it to come on back. I miss Star too though. I really miss Star. Okay, Zoe, you gotta go. See, I start getting to talking. I just miss Star because I miss Derek, girl. I miss Derek. You fall in love with these characters, just disappear. All right, bye, y'all. Let me go. The Shot is really good. See, I haven't watched it yet, but I know a lot of my friends watch it, but I don't watch. Okay, let me go. We starting to talk too much.